on that,
I think if everybody else
Yep.
is
Yeah,
ready,
we're all
I think
here.
we're ready to go. So we do have a quorum tonight. So everyone, welcome. Public Utilities Commission meeting, Tuesday, February 12th, 2019. Jace, roll call, please.
Preisel,
Here.
Hassan, Adams,
Here.
Paul,
Here.
Corum,
Here.
Nolan,
Here.
Teeman.
Very good. In our packets, we had the minutes as well from January 8th. Everyone had a chance to take a look at those. If there's a motion to approve.
Move to approve.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you. Discussion of possible action on municipal well number 7, rehabilitation. Kip.
Well 7, it is in your packets. I do have an issue sheet on that. Well 7 is due for rehab work this year. That's pulling it out, looking at the shaft, the bearings, the everything that has to do with the pump down below. So we did get 2 quotes for this work. We got one from Keys Well Drilling out of St. Paul, and we also got one from Peerless Well and Pump out of Dubuque, Iowa. And if they're kind of confusing, so I'll just give you the gist of it. To pull if you look at Keys, which is here, it's $7,600 to pull the pump, load it, and then reinstall the pump. Now, if you include, once they pull that out, if it needs any of this miscellaneous repair as needed, that's going to be the price if needed. So if it would need everything, it'd be $21,790, which is right in line with what all of our other wells that we pulled, in the last couple years. Now, if you look at Peerless, the load and mobilization is $5,570, clean, inspect, and report is $770, and then reassemble pump, return with refurbished or new equipment, set up and reinstall pump, run to waste, client take samples is $5330. If you do the math on that, it's $11,690. I'm having a very hard time that we're going to get. They're putting a price of $53.50 on something that they haven't taken out of yet. So I'm having a very difficult time imagining that we're gonna have an entire well pump and fix everything that's wrong with it. I mean, if it needs a new line shaft, you're looking at, just your wear rings on that thing, from Keys are $2,800. Your column pipe, if it needs new column pipe, you're looking at $57.50. So I'm having a very hard time believing that they can do it for $11,690. And I think what's going to happen is, if we go with Peerless, we are going to get additional costs somewhere in the project. And I believe with Keys, this is a pretty much all in for $21,790 now. That's a maximum. So it will not exceed that. So
And if it needs it.
If it needs it, right. So my recommendation is to go with Keys with the estimated amount of $21,790.
Have we worked with either of these?
Both of them.
Both,
Yeah,
okay.
Keys has pulled pumps in town for years and years and years. Peerless has also done a few in the last couple of years for us. So they're both very reputable companies. I'm just thinking with the bidding, with how they presented this, I'm just not comfortable with that.
How often is this
'Cause
done again?
5 to 7 years, we pull them. We do at least 1, if not 2 a year. We do. And like I said, that $21,790 is right in line, exactly where they all are. That's about, where we budget. We usually budget right around $25,000 per well, depending on how many we're doing a year, So my recommendation was Keys.
So then when you're done with this, then you have to do a sample?
Oh, yeah, we have to
Yeah.
pull samples.
Like
Yes.
instantly?
As soon as everything's back in before it can go back online, we pull samples.
Okay.
Yep.
But that's not part of their,
No, and that's easy. That's
Okay.
just pull them, send them to Colfax. Once we get a safe,
Yep.
and then get a safe sample back, we turn the pump on, and
We do that.
yeah, we do that.
yeah,
Yeah.
stay as a standard.
Yep,
Mhm.
as a standard. Yeah, we do all the sampling as a standard.
Okay.
Do they usually need all of these
You,
repairs?
you don't know. I
Until
mean,
you
it's
pull,
it's underground,
Mhm.
350 feet. So until you get it to the surface, you don't really know. I mean, you can tell if you're, if that well is pumping, let's say 300 gallons a minute, and it starts to over time it starts to drop, and next thing you know, you're at 250. You know something's going on down there, so you know it's gonna need some parts. The wells haven't shown that, but when you pull it out, you might see pitting in the metal, things of that nature. So then that's when it's pulled out, they take it back to the shop, we make the call. A lot of times Jim and I would just run over there, they'd show us the parts, we'd say, replace it, save it, type thing, and go from there, so. But yeah, you're guessing at this point, until you pull it out, so.
I'll make the motion to go with Keys.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Who seconded?
I did.
Susie? Okay.
Number 4, discussing a possible action on Carmichael test well abandonment.
The test well, I don't even know when that was drilled, probably with 8 and 9, when they were put in.
Prior to
somewhere
that,
around
because
there.
that was the original intention was to put that
So,
well
so
at
it's,
that site.
it's been there for a while. We are under order to have that abandoned. We need that abandoned. It's kind of like what we ran into with 10. We're not going to ever use this well. And we've had it in the budget for the last couple of years to abandon, we just never actually got to it.
Where's it located?
Kind of by the government center,
Base of the Carmichael Tower,
Yeah.
and that,
right where the tower is up there.
There's a secondary well that's sitting outside that,
It's a test well. It's kind of the exact same, we have one at 10
Yep.
that's been capped already.
Mhm.
So before they actually build the well and put things in, they drill down, do your test well to get your pumping capacities and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
So this one's been sitting there. It is something that we have to get done this year. So we did, again, I reached out to Peerless and Keys. Peerless was 5570 and Keys was 6575. So my recommendation was to go with Peerless on.
are there any other test wells that we have to look at?
No.
In the future? This is
No,
it?
This is it. This is the last one that gets abandoned.
Okay,
So,
so, recommendation of Peerless well on the amount of 5570.
yes.
Is there a motion?
All motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes, thank you. Get to it.
Yeah. What are we got here?
Number 5, Kip, discussing the possible action on purchasing 2 pickup trucks. And I think it should be noted that one is for water, one is for sewer.
Yes, yep, we budgeted one in the wastewater department and one in the water department this year. In your packets, you have a proposal from Ewald Automotive Group, I believe it's down by Waukesha. That's who, does the state contract for all the state vehicles. So we go through them, obviously to get the state pricing that we can. And they are at $31,760 per vehicle. They're 2 identical vehicles that we're ordering. So Ewald was at $31,760. And then I take the spec and I went to Hudson Ford here in town, and they are at, for the exact same truck, at $30,000 even. So my recommendation is to go with Hudson Ford at $30,000 per pickup.
And these were already budgeted.
Yep, yes,
Staff had input on purchasing the trucks as well?
yes, yep.
Can I get one at that price?
Well, you wish we all could get one at that price?
My goodness.
It would be nice.
You will be doing very few modifications for these trucks too, correct?
These are just gonna get the toolboxes in the bed.
Okay.
They get the lights, all the safety features that we have to have for being on the roads.
Okay, cost on that, you think you're
Uh,
a couple of $1,000 a piece?
$2,000 a piece.
Okay.
To update.
Graphics?
And we have, and we have the money in the budget, so,
Yeah.
under our vehicle, allotment, so.
Yep. Needed, replacement of,
We're replacing one, what's Denny's, an 80-something, I
yeah,
think.
Yeah.
1980, some
Mhm.
83 or 85 or something. That's the one that we're gonna replace in the water. The wastewater one is actually an addition. We're not replacing
Okay.
anything down there, so. It should do a little less wear and tear, cause right now the guys are driving the 550 around, the big 550 with the crane and everything, which is fine, cause that's They have that in one newer truck, and then they have the plow truck, so that's all they have down there. And with 4 of them there, we don't even have enough vehicles for everybody if they have to go in different directions at the same time, so. So so the wastewater is an addition, we're not replacing any.
Do you have some sort of spreadsheet on these vehicles that we could potentially
Mhm.
see? And
I can print one out right
Because
now.
I don't, I don't need one right now.
Okay.
Just for the commissioners.
Yeah.
How many, do we have a lot of trucks that are that old?
No,
No, we dropped off
I know.
we dropped three off in the last,
Yep.
in the last 3 years.
Yeah.
for water.
We do keep some of the older ones around for summer help,
Right.
to run around in and things of that nature, so we do.
And
we
this,
do keep
this
some
one
of
will
them.
be kept, or this one will be sold?
In the water department, we'll sell it,
Okay.
yeah, we'll get rid of one old one in the water department. Yes.
Commissioners, other questions about the two trucks?
Well, I think that was in October where we had the budget approved, and I
Yep.
think
Mhm.
it was in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
You still want a motion on this, though?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Mhm. Okay, I'll make the motion to purchase the 2 trucks from Hudson Ford.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
2 trucks at $30,000?
Yeah, yeah, I wish.
Right, I was thinking that.
That's what it says.
Kip, number 6, discussing the possible action on 2019 service rates.
The service rates, if you just want to look on my, up at the thing, basically these are the state rates for all different types of equipment that we have, everything from generators to motors to pumps and mowers. And so this is what the state actually puts together. And what, we adopt this every year. I don't think, we haven't used it since I've been here. But we do adopt it every year if there is, if we need to rent things out, let's say to North Hudson, for example. Whatever we have, if they need, their trucks all break down and they need to borrow a truck for X amount of time, it gives us a rate that we would charge them. So basically, you're just adopting the state rates. These are the exact same rates that the city adopts for public works and everything like that. So, I'm not gonna go through them all, cause there's a ton of them.
Thank
but-
you.
So that's pretty much what it is. You're just adopting a state rate that if we ever do need to charge anybody for anything,
Mhm.
this is the rate that we charge them under. So,
You'll make a motion on that as well to
yes,
accept?
please.
Move to approve.
No.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Number 7, discussing possible action on quarterly report.
That's, everybody's got it.
Okay.
That's this.
Yep.
That did get omitted from your,
Yep. Putting the last
from your
together.
packet,
before
so
everything went out.
we do have the hard copies of that. It's basically just giving our year-end report almost, or through the quarter report on the water, and it also gives it on the sewer. So I don't know if you have any questions on it, if you wanna go through it.
So this is a little bit different than we usually kick out, isn't it?
It's the quarterly.
Brenda's
Yes.
been doing this additionally. We had a
Right.
1-sheet paper. Brenda actually asked to add more financials
Okay.
to it.
Yep,
The last page is the kind of the status of projects that the utility's involved in, which is what I used to generate.
and I
for this
guess,
meeting.
the easiest way to look at it is if you go down, if you go to the second page, opposite, after the graph, if you go down to items of note is where she puts, so change in net operating revenues from 2018 to 2017 is $1,056,983. This is caused by an increase in the 2018 water sale revenues, and a decrease in the 2018 reservoirs and tower expenditures, because we didn't do any towers or anything like that last year, so that kind of explains that there. If you go to the third page, the items to note, change in net operating revenues from 2018 to 2017 is $311,130. This is caused by the increase in the 2018 sewer sale revenue of $331,152. Expenditures were relatively flat in that one, so it's similar to what you normally get. she just kind of, on this, it's just more of a detailed for you on your quarterlies.
Mhm. Questions from any other commissioners? A lot of information.
And then as Jace had mentioned on the last page too, are the activities that we're involved in, different projects that are ongoing in the city and things like that, and kind of where we stand on them. You know, just for, you know, a lot of them that are on here are pretty much completed, as would be expected for this time of year. So we're down to punch list items and different things of that. And it just kind of gives you, you know, if you go down to, for example, cross connection control program meter, you know, we're on year 4 or 5. So it's just, if you ever do have questions, you know, where are we on this project or what's going on, it's just kind of a nice little cheat sheet for you to look back on, so. And then Dave and I would sign that and forward that.
Forward to the common council.
So we do
You
need.
need a motion on that.
Mhm. Yes, please.
So we're moving to approve, is that what it, the motion
Yes.
is? I'll move to approve.
Second?
Second.
Any other discussion? No? If there are
No.
questions, make sure you talk to Kip or myself. There's some of the stuff that I can answer too. A lot of it is fairly self-explanatory on it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Other business for information
Oh,
purposes?
8, please.
Ooh, sorry, project updates. Thank you.
You got that in there. It's basically not a whole lot's changed since last month when we met. We're still on, you know, with the 10th Street water main. We're still about 95%, just waiting on spring cleanup. The State Highway 35 project, we are moving forward with some of that, but it's still in the design phase, getting ready to go to the state of Wisconsin. Treatment plant 10, same thing. It's just kind of cleaning up at the end. And then the wastewater treatment plant improvement project, that is in the design phase also. So these will actually stay that way probably for quite a while until we start seeing some actual designs come through and come in. So we don't need anything on that.
Questions? Any commissioners? No?
No.
Other business for informational purposes only for upcoming agenda.
I have nothing for anybody.
Other commissioners?
Anybody else does.
Questions?
I saw the letter that you put in the
Yes.
Star
Yeah.
Observer, thank you.
Yeah, it was very nice.
You're welcome.
To the staff.
I thought they deserved some appreciation.
Kip and I have been talking about it a little bit just in regards to, you know, how's everybody doing,
Mhm.
what's going on in both, you know, the
With
village
the
and
crew?
us. With those
They're busy.
30 below temps in January, and now you've got, you know, feet of snow,
Yeah.
so it's huge, but thank you. Yep.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, we do appreciate that, thank you.
Number 10, water utility and sewer utility cash reports, if I can say it.
And those are in your packets too.
And let's see, water down, sewer actually. It's good. Water's down,
Water's down a little.
billing. Any questions? Discussing the possible action on claims, number 11. Have we had a chance to look at?
They don't have to vote on cash reports.
Nope.
No, I don't think so.
Anybody have any questions about the claims from last month?
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. And number 12, adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, everybody.
everyone.